think it's really important and helpful to have all of your wiring hardware in a box and ready to go. And that includes even having your tape measure in there, because you don't want to be running around the house trying to find a tape measure when you just want to get something done quickly. So I have a tape measure in my wiring hardware box and a pencil. And if you want to go deluxe, in addition to the pencil, get an awl, and I'll show you why in a moment, why that's useful. I have a screwdriver on hand just in case. I have obviously wire, and this is the kind that I like. I like super soft strand or any of the kind that are coated wire, because not only is it easier to use in terms of like tying the knot, because it's easier to pull tight, but then it's less likely to unravel, which maybe it's just me, but I find that really annoying. Anyway, this thing has a hole where you can, stick it in there to keep it taut, but I also just use a business card holder to plop it in there, and it kind of keeps it coiled. And then you need some D-rings. So there's also, there are V-shaped ones as well, but for some reason I prefer the D-rings. I don't know why I like them better. So, and then screws. I have larger ones for larger pieces as well. For really heavier pieces, you might need multiple holes. And then some wire cutters and needle nose pliers. I have those on hand, and felt bumpers of different sizes. Felt isn't the only material that you can use for bumpers. Here's a beautiful photograph by my friend Samantha Kasperwitz, and she used rubber bumpers, and that when the artwork is hanging, that will keep the piece from sliding back and forth. And so I can see the merit of using a rubber bumper. I haven't done it myself before, but I've been kind of contemplating that maybe I want to. And then of course you want to have a drill. First thing you need to do is measure the height of the painting. This is 20 inches. Some people say that you want to have your hanging hardware to be 1/4 to 1/3 of the way down. And I personally prefer it to be more like 1/4 of the way down, because it keeps the artwork from hanging away from the wall, especially if you're using one of those gallery hanging systems where it's using a cord hanging from the hanging rail. So this is 20 inches. So I'm gonna aim to put my hardware at 5 inches. And here's where that awl comes in handy. So you can just mark this spot with a pencil. You don't actually need an awl. But what this does is not only does it mark the spot, but it starts your hole a little bit too. So that's really handy. So I kind of give it a good push. And this may be a little too close to the edge, but I like to have it a certain distance away from the edge. And that certain distance is the length from here to there. So I think that was pretty good actually. That small hole that was made by the awl is now a really nice starting groove for the screw to kind of help hold it in place, and that will make it easier to screw in. I sort of press the screw into the hole a little bit so that it feels slightly stable. It's not that stable, but yeah, it helps a little bit. It's the story of a bunny. This is the rabbit, this is the hole. The rabbit sticks its head up out of the hole, runs into the field, sees danger, jumps under a log, jumps back into the hole, and once inside the hole, climbs up into its little bunny hammock, and then lays its head on the pillow, and then goes to sleep. And then we say, sleep tight, little bunny. And then we're done with the story now. Now I'm just going to wrap this wire around a few times, which I like to make it kind of close and neat. So I've seen other people wrap this wire a little bit more loosely and quickly, but I think I enjoy making things more difficult for myself. Just kidding. Sort of. I think that it looks nice when it's tidy and kind of, yeah, looks good to me when it's coiled rather closely like this, even if it does take another minute or two. Okay. You can imagine how annoying this would be if I did not have the coated wire, because the end would be frayed, probably. There we go. I'm just going to make that nice and close. There we go. All right, now we do the other side. I did the demonstration and then I forgot to hit record. Okay, so let's get this bunny jumping out of the hole, running through the field, jumping under the log, back into the hole, onto the hammock, head onto the pillow, and then sleep tight. Notice I'm just pulling this one and not the other one because I don't want to actually loosen the knot. All right, and then, or not loosen the knot, but loosen the wire that's on the back of the frame. For no particular reason that, well, I guess it has to do with being left-handed or right-handed, but it's easier this side for me to do the little wraparound. And then I can use this wire cutters to trim this last bit because this is more wire than we need. There. Check it out. Now I tend to aim to actually do it rather tightly because in the end it never really gets totally tight. And my favorite framing place, they do it fairly tight. Now I know that a lot of videos will tell you to make this kind of loose, and for whatever reason I don't like how floppy it can get, and so as long as it's able to hook on to the hook on the wall, I think it's okay if it's kind of tight.